What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I want to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, what's been coming out associated to the company itself, which there is quite a lot, and go over everything else that you need to know. But first, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. On a side note, I'm going to be live streaming, I think in around like 2 hours, and that is this. So Deutsche Bank Global Auto Industry Conference. I don't really know how long it's going to be, usually fireside chat, so that is the second one. That's about like 15-20 minutes, maybe 30 at max. So I don't know how long or what to really anticipate, but Peter might be giving some good Easter eggs, so we'll just have to wait and see. Lucid right now is selling off, and in my opinion, the reason why this is selling off is because of what recently came out. So I'm going to go over absolutely everything, and like I said, there was quite a lot. So Lucid Oasis did post this, so I think generally this is really good. I did post or repost it under my channel as well, Financial Journey, but I think generally we knew that Lucid was going to be looked at coming from a police standpoint or a security forces standby or whatever you want to call it. That's a viewpoint. So I think generally there's just more than one use for Lucid in Saudi Arabia. So I think this is generally very, very good stuff. Doesn't have any official news, so we don't really know numbers or anything, but generally good stuff. So that's point number one. Second point is EV stats. So this came out late last night, or I guess early in the morning, but EV company news for the month of May 2024. So on a global scale, EV sales were up 25% year over year. China up 27%. So that has recovered very well. I think last report was negative. And then Europe is up 11% and the States is up 2.6. So not necessarily the best for, I guess, coming from the States, but still bigger picture, the States was one of the lagging countries that people didn't really have much expectations on for demand, but I think last year it just blew up. So of course on a year over year percentage, it's kind of hard to beat last year's numbers. So this is why I think it's at 2.6. But beside the point, very good stuff. It goes to show that EVs are getting more and more ingrained all over the world. And yeah, I think that's very good for Lucid because that's why I like Lucid's expansion. They're hitting all the right marks. Eventually it's going to be China as well, but more specifically Europe and the States. Definitely good stuff. So that's point number two. Point number three, I do want to give a shout out to this individual right here, Abdullah. So I'm not going to take credit for it by any means, but he did point this out. So this actually was just posted on LinkedIn 1 hour ago. And it says, we are pleased to announce a SAR 8.2 billion partnership with Hyundai to supply advanced electric vehicle drive systems. So that is 𝗖𝗓. So I think in reality, that is what is causing Lucid to sell off, because the big speculation was that Lucid and Hyundai were going to have a deal. But I think right now people are thinking just too narrow-minded. As I've said in the past, and Plus Sultan has posted this many, many times on social media, is this right here. So kind of the umbrella of the PIF. So if you think about it, Lucid, 𝗖𝗓, Hyundai, all are very, very much connected. So Hyundai and 𝗖𝗓 having a partnership, it's who knows, right? Maybe Lucid just hasn't announced their part, but maybe Lucid is going to be ingrained in that deal as well, because 𝗖𝗓 said that they're going to be participating, or I guess providing the advanced vehicle drive systems. As far as I'm aware, I don't think 𝗖𝗓 has that good of technology. So logically, behind the scenes, you would assume that there's some way or another that Lucid is going to be incorporated in that deal. So in my opinion, I think that is one thing that's causing Lucid to sell off a little bit more than already what was happening. So that's a very, very positive thing. So let me know your thoughts on these many points that has come out in the last 24 hours, and give yourself a shout out if you have been buying or whatever. So I'm just going to go over quickly a lot of the data points, starting off with shorts, currently increasing 435,000 shares, 27.57% of the free float is being shorted. So shorts have been somewhat stagnant over the last little bit, so kind of a positive. Utilization is 95.54%. Options wise, very bullish, but then again, with shorts increasing, a lot of the calls that are being purchased could be attributed to them just hedging, but 42,000 in puts, 63,000 in calls, 54% of all the options being done today are optimistic. So take that with a grain of salt. Institutions aren't really doing all that much so far. 2 transactions above $100,000. Both were buys though, and both did occur first thing. But aside from that, they've been relatively quiet. I think as well in Lucid's case, it is now below that 50-day moving average, and I think just the market realizes how bad of a scenario that is. So I think there's a lot of things affecting Lucid right now, just maybe people thinking that there's no high-end deal, as well as more of a breakdown on the technicals. So I think just a lot of things are affecting it. I actually did buy a little bit at $2.67. So in one of my 3 positions, I actually did average up. I know I'm in a very, very unique circumstance that I'm actually averaging up, because I did have an average of, I think, $2.40 with that brand new position. And that's when I kind of showed you that when I did my video way back when. But I'm pretty happy with Lucid, and like I said, there's just a lot of developments. Nothing officially coming out from Lucid, but maybe this conference that's going to be starting in like an hour, 2 hours or whatever, or 3 hours, is going to be maybe that X catalyst where Peter does bring up something. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, and make sure you guys definitely take advantage of this promo. As I always share with you, simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it, and they give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.